Hello, guys. Good evening. Hello, hello. Hello. All right. We're waiting for the rest of the students to connect to our class so we can start immediately. All right. Listen, guys. So today we are going to start our cameras here before we go to the breakout rooms because I need the image, so your picture that everyone is connected now. So please turn on your cameras to check while I check the attendance, all right? Turn on, I'm going to write on the chat. All right, thank you. All right. So listen, I will create the groups and remember the podcast that you created a short like presentation. It must be not more than 3 minutes. So you calculate the time, 3 minutes maximum, and then we will have some time to ask questions individually to each group. Okay, to each student. So, do we have any questions before we start? Or is everything clear? I think no questions. Right, so let me check the attendance. Oh, the document is a bit slow. Can you hear me well? Or is it okay?
Yes, teacher.
All right. So there is short delay on the document. Okay, let's start checking the attendance. Karen Acevedo. Right, thank you. Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
All right, thanks. Kiara Martinez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jorge Moreno.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay. Diego Olarte.
Present, teacher.
Right, thank you. Manuela Ortiz. Manuela. Is not connected. I can see you here, but you're not answering now. Xiomara is not here. Jessica Rios.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Catherine Rodriguez.
Present, miss.
All right, thanks. Marlon Sanchez.
Present, teacher.
All right, thank you. Mendy Santa.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thanks. Let's change your name here. Manuel Sepúlveda.
Hello, teacher. Present.
Hello. All right. Maria Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
All right. Thank you. Vanessa is not connected. She's finishing the exam. Okay, so I wanted to tell Manuel, you are on turn number 4. So let's see if Vanessa can finish till that time. If not, then I will ask you to please wait for her until so the last turn. You will be the last group if she doesn't finish before your turn. Okay, Manuel.
Teacher, I can wait until the last turn, so we
Okay.
can practice a little bit. Yep.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Thank you. Okay, no problem. All right. So Manuela is here. Okay. Excellent, guys. So give me a minute to create the groups. I will send you to the breakout rooms. You can start practicing, and I will go one by one according to the order that you selected on the chat. Okay. You can turn off your cameras now while we wait. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to create the breakout rooms. All right, hello. Hello, guys. You're the first group, so please turn on your cameras. I gave you like 2 minutes to prepare, but we can start. Okay? Whenever you are ready, you can start.
Hello, welcome to Style Scout. Today we are with a very special guest, Marlon Sanchez, an expert fashion advisor with 50 years of experience. Is with us and comes to talk a little about fashion. So let's start. How are you, Marlon?
Maria, I am good. I am okay. Thanks for the invitation. Your podcast.
Your question. What style are you wearing today? And can you describe it to us for the audience?
Of course, today I bring a fashionable summer in this 2023. Uh, Hat, a garish hat, and also bring short with a shirt and a blazer.
Very good. Your style is great, very chic and fashionable. Saying your style and how you dress. The first question can we all create our own fashion style?
Well, it's a very subjective question. Because fashion is a matter of style and what you want to reflect. Not everyone is comfortable with new fashion trends, and not everyone can influence people so much to create their own fashion style.
According to what you say, then could it be said that sometimes fashion is uncomfortable? I have seen people with very fashionable outfits, but they seem to be very uncomfortable or leave nothing to the imagination.
Okay, okay. Yes, fashion is somewhat subjective. For some people, outfit can be the best or latest. For others, not. So I think that fashion does not bother as long as you are comfortable with what you wear.
Yeah, you mentioned that some people are not influential enough to create a nice fashion style. Do you believe that the media have a strong influence in the way they select and create their outfits?
Oh yes, the media and social networks can create fashion trends. So as J Balvin has created whole fashion style. Some like it, others don't. Some like, uh, uh, other like it. But uh, fashion and the influence of the people and media with marketing play an important role.
All right, you
I agree
can
with you.
wrap up.
Finish the time is up.
Yes, you can just finish like say goodbye and that's it.
Okay, okay. Maria,
Uh, thank you
finish.
for accept my
All right.
invitation. See you.
Okay, if you want more fashion information, follow me on my Instagram or my page www.lamodaincontest.com. Bye.
All right.
Goodbye.
Very good. Yes. So we had 3 minutes. All right, guys. Overall, very good. Give me just a minute. I will uh, put the other students into the correct groups. They are connecting now. Just give me a moment, and then I will ask you the questions. Where's Okay, good. So let me start here. All right, guys, now I'm going to ask you some questions individually. So let's start today with Maria. And let's start with the question. So the first one for you is, um, what advice would you give a foreigner visiting Colombia that he would like to show good manners, good education? What advice would you give to this foreign person?
Um, whether teacher, can you repeat?
Yeah, so what advice would you give a foreigner person from other country that is visiting Colombia and wants to show good manners? Remember good manners? What's the meaning?
Good manners, good buen comportamiento.
Yes.
Uh, I let's say I advise that they shouldn't try mm,
All right. Next question. Let's see. Um, let's see another question. So, can you tell me about something that you consider you should do more often? Something that you think, oh, I should do this more often, and why?
I think that I should do more often.
Yes.
Uh, I should sleep early more often, and eat
Why?
wait, because I uh, I don't I sleep I don't sleep early because I should sleep
Sorry,
early
can you
more.
repeat? I don't sleep early because.
I um do other things or watch TV in the night. And I should
All right.
uh,
That's thank you, Maria. That's all. So let's go with Marlon. Your questions are, um, let's see. Um, how does being confident affect your relation with other people? How being confident affects your relation with other people? Being confident, secure, how it affects your relation with other people.
Um, I am a person that is open mind and comfortable, and I like it that that person feel feel it comfortable with me, especially with the person working with me. So it's important for me that the person say that that he thinking.
Mhm.
Uh, I think that affect
Mhm.
comfortable dishonest a
Mhm.
person that is dishonest
Mhm.
uh,
Okay.
like or people that is liar mentirosa.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
That's good. I will ask you another question. So, do you think it's important to learn that English is taught from early age? So when you are a little child, is it important to teach English from early age? Why or why not?
that the question is this: if it's important learn for children English
Yes,
8 years. Okay.
from early age.
Relation. Okay, yes, for me, absolutely, yes, because I have a children. My son,
Mhm.
he he is 8 years old. And he is learned English, but he don't learn English in before
Mhm.
because schools or bilingual schools is very expensive.
Mhm.
But I think that is very important because children absorb knowledge
Mhm.
a great capacity. So in this age, uh, they they can learn English more easy
Mhm.
and absorb more and more information because he is in growing as
Mhm.
he growth
Mhm.
and also important is that his listening or his
Mhm.
skill listening can improve in this age.
Mhm.
And some studies say that the children can learn more than two language.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is true. Especially when kids are very little, they can learn 3 or 4 languages at the same time when they are very like babies. So yeah, the brain is like very plastic, we would say, malleable. All right. Thank you, guys. Very good. So in the conversation part, you did very good. But in the questions, Maria, I want to advise you to improve your fluency. I think you get very nervous. So um, today you didn't answer my first question. So this would be reflected in your final grade. Okay, so take that into account. So Marlon, you did better, good fluency. We have some things like skill listening. We say listening skill. So the adjective goes before, right? What else? For example, he thinking to say what he is thinking, right? So the little like um, for grammatical aspects, but overall you had good fluency and you answered my questions clearly. Okay, so that was good. All right, guys. So that is all for today. Thank you. I will see you next week. All
Okay,
right.
bye bye.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good day. Thank you.
Bye bye. Next is Manuela. Hello.
Hi, Miss.
Hello, girls.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
One moment. Okay. Whenever you are ready, you can start.
Oh, okay, let me a second. I'm going to open the document in my book, in my computer, sorry. Right, I'm ready, Catherine.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to our podcast, Fashion Killers. Tonight we will talking about the biggest fashion disaster. Tonight we have a wonderful guest. She is an international fashion designer with you, Carolina Herrera.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to your podcast to talk about what I like the most, fashion.
To get in context, we first want to know what you motivate to become a fashion designer.
It was a dream that I had, and I had the opportunity to do it, and I didn't let it go. It was a step that nobody expected, since started late in fashion.
In your opinion, what are most important skill or trade for fashion designers?
As a fashion designer, it's important to have a strong sense of creativity to create innovative designs that people want to buy and wear.
Okay. To you, what were the weirdest fashion in history?
For me, the fashion of sport pants was really weird. People who wear them all the time with heels and in elegant place. I never did it. It is a trend that detracts from elegance to fashion.
Now, we want to know what is the worst fashion of recent times?
Well, the worst thing about fashion now is the shirts with transparencies. The women who come out almost naked, that makes the person look less elegant when dressing.
You say that fashion is something that before anything must be very pleasing to eye. How can we look pleasing to eye without spending a fortune?
Well, the basic prices and of the best possible quality within your budget are the most important thing. It is preferable to have only some good things that many things that aren't.
Tell me about an important lesson you learned about working in fashion industry.
Elegance and style have nothing to do with money. You can wear cheap clothes but look elegant.
Okay, any advice you want to give our listening so they are always look elegant?
Well, the best advice I can give you is to have basic pies in your pieces in your closet that are easy to use, and of course, a perfume that identifies you.
That's well all for today. Thank you for our special guest today.
Thank you for inviting me and everyone for
Thanks
listening.
for listening. See you next time in Fashion Killers. Good night.
Good
Okay,
night.
very good, girls. Excellent. All right. Now we will go with the questions, all right? So who started last time? I think it was Manuela who started.
Yes.
So today we will start with Catherine, okay? Let's see. So the first question, Catherine, is tell me about someone who you look up to. Okay, remember this expression?
Mhm.
Okay, and why?
Maybe I look up to an actress. I know her face, but I don't remember her
Mm,
name at this
mhm.
moment. Okay, so is
In
uh,
what movies or series is she active?
she's an Miss Elegant, Miss. Sandra
Okay,
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
This is
Bullock, yeah.
yes,
Because for me, she's a kind
sympathy,
person.
Miss
Yes,
Sympathy.
she's a really sympathetic, kind person. She adopt a kid, and I love her because for me she is really wonderful. Yes.
Mhm,
No more.
mhm,
Um,
okay.
well, she is a really good actress, and I don't know. She
Mhm,
never had in trouble, maybe.
okay. All right. Good. Okay. Another question. Imagine that you were refused entry to a place because what you are wearing, your clothes. How would you feel, or what would you do in this situation?
I don't know because I think that in every place you need to respect that rules in her place. But if maybe I feel annoying or maybe irrespectful or maybe sad because I
Okay.
spend a lot of time maybe um, makeup or dressing or
Mhm.
but really I don't care these
Okay.
things, little
Okay.
things.
You would feel normal, no problem.
And go to
Okay.
another place maybe.
Okay. All right. Good. Let's see how much time do we have. Okay, another question. Um, let's see. How much do you think that your childhood can affect your confidence level in yourself?
Hmm, maybe no effect, maybe increase my self-esteem
Mhm,
because when I was a really child, um, I feel really confident
mhm.
and I talk a lot of with my classmates and maybe I
Okay.
don't feel shy
Mhm,
in any situation.
mhm. All right. Good. Thank you. I don't. All right. Now, Manuela. Manuela, the question for you is, do you think that people should go from high school to university directly, or would you recommend doing something different before going to university after high school?
Oh, teacher, yes, I recommend that um, for my brothers, I recommend that they need to prepare herself, their self first. Maybe one, I don't know, studied emotional courses or something about uh, feelings.
Occasional? Okay.
Yes, occasional, but more focus in the person, right? That maybe how to say that courses is in a how to control the feelings, how to
Mhm.
manage the um impulses, how to say
Impulses? Hmm.
impulses, how to manage that thing because I think that is very important to clarify what is in your mind
Hmm.
for next thinking about what is your career, what is
Hmm.
your aptitude,
Hmm.
apto, no sé cómo
Okay.
decir apto,
What you are suitable for. Hmm.
suitable for, yes, teacher.
All right. Okay, good. Thank you. Another question is, tell me why is it helpful to learn a second language?
For me is very useful listen music in that language.
No, no, sorry. The
Uh,
question is, why is it good, useful, good for your life to learn a second language? Why?
okay,
What are
got
the
it,
reasons?
got it, got it, got it. For me, it's a personal reason that I want to uh, studied in another country, maybe another career or a master degree, or for see another opportunities for work, for
Mhm.
a job, for a new job, or just for um, visit another place that you want to. Um,
Mhm.
for me,
Okay,
the first one is for study.
okay, very good. All right, thank you, girls. That is all. Overall, good job. So I will see you next week. All right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye
Thank you,
Night.
bye.
teacher.
Good
Bye.
night.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Good night.
Bye bye. Okay, fine. Okay. Hello.
Hi, teacher. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening. All right, please turn on your cameras and you can start whenever you are ready.
Yes. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Trendy Talks. I'm Kiara, your host, and today we have a fantastic guest with us, Karen, a fashion expert who here the, to shed light on the intriguing connection between fashion and youth. Karen, welcome to Trendy Talks.
Pleasure to be here and discuss this topic.
No, I cannot hear you. You speak up.
Thank you, Kiara. It's a pleasure to be here and discuss this topic.
Let's dive right in. Fashion trends seem to change at lightning speed. Could you explain the significance of these trends for young people and how they influence their clothing choices?
Absolutely. Fashion trends offer young people a way to express their individuality and their cultural movements. The trends shape their personal style and make them feel part of something bigger.
Interesting. Now, the media plays a massive role in promoting these trends. How powerful is its influence on young people's fashion choices?
Um, The media has a substantial influence. Social media platforms constantly showcase trend styles, making them hard to ignore. Young people often take cues from what they see on their screens, using it as inspiration for their outfits.
That's true. But what about the idea of dressing to impress versus dressing for comfort? How do these two concepts intersect in the fashion choices of young individuals?
It's a fascinating balance. Young people today are more mindful of comfort while still waiting to make a statement. They want to feel confident and comfortable while staying on trend.
Fantastic insights. Karen, before we wrap up, do you have any tips for our listeners who want to stay trendy while staying true to themselves?
First, always prioritize your comfort. Secondly, mix and match pieces to create a unique look. And finally, don't be afraid to incorporate a vintage or retro touch to make your style stand out.
Thank you so much, Karen, for joining us on Trendy Talks and sharing your expertise on this intriguing topic. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Kiara. It's been a pleasure to discuss it and discussing fashion trends and joke with you.
Mhm. All right, very good, girls. Your conversation was very clear. All right, now I'm going to ask you some questions individually. Give me just a moment. All right, let's start today with Karen. So the first question is, um, tell me, what are some advantages and disadvantages of public and private schools? Okay.
Okay, one of the advantage of the private school maybe it could be the contacts that you have in that school, and in some cases you can find um, children's of important people of of important people. And this and a disadvantage maybe it could be um, and some private schools have bad bad ideas classes,
Okay. Mhm. Classes,
and
yes.
in the case of public schools, the security uh, it could be a disadvantage because could you can find some things very dangerous like children smoking or um and many things.
Okay. And the
um
advantage of
and
a
the
public
advantage,
schools.
okay, the advantage is the education, the free education.
Mhm. All right. Yes. Good. Another question, Karen. Let's see. Um, can you tell me about a period in life in which you felt the happiest, or a moment in life in which you felt the happiest?
You feel the happiest.
Mhm.
Mm, when I feel happiest, and this year I feel the happiest in my birthday, my 20th birthday, because my sister gave me a new cell phone, and an iPhone. I had never have an had an iPhone, and my boyfriend prepared a surprise for me, and
Mhm.
that's very
Mhm.
very nice.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Thank you, Karen. Very good. Okay, now for Kiara. Let's see the question for you. Kiara, why is it important to develop communication skills? Give me at least two reasons.
The first reason because you could talk with someone without afraid. Um, and the secondly, you could mm, spread your ideas without difficult um, and spread your feels um, at the good way.
Mhm. All right. And another question, Kiara. Um, okay, so tell me, what do you think are some good manners and bad manners in Colombia?
Mm, some good manners. You say thank you when uh, when you uh, ask for help someone.
Mhm.
Um, and when you say um, other good manners. I don't remember other good manners in Colombia. Uh, um, um, as for blessing
Mhm.
for parents or older people in your family. Um,
And now bad manners.
bad manners, and that we don't respect the traffic signs. Um, something sometimes we uh, take or take something in
Steal, you mean?
yes.
Okay. Steal from supermarkets, you mean?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you, girls. That is all for today. Well done. I will see you next week, all right? Thank you. We had enough time. So,
Thank you,
bye-bye.
teacher.
See you next week. Good night. Bye-bye. There we go with my
Stan.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello, teacher.
teacher. We are
Right.
practicing.
Okay. But you need to
We
be
are
ready now.
Okay. Um,
Please
I
turn on
want
your
to.
cameras.
Oh, yes, teacher. Sorry.
All right.
I will show my screen, teacher.
All right. Good. Mm.
That is
In
our
the
banner.
podcast. Wow. Excellent.
We have a banner for
Mhm. All right.
our
Great.
podcast. It's a very famous podcast in Colombia, teacher. Did you
All
know?
right. No, I haven't heard yet, but I will listen.
Oh,
You don't know, but did you know now?
Now I know.
are you see the banner?
Yes, it
Okay.
says Youth Couture Chronicles.
Okay. Welcome to Youth Culture Chronics Style Snapshots. I'm Diego, and today we are delving into the exciting world of fashion trends and young people. I have the pleasure of introducing our guest today, Mandy, a fashion expert with a unique perspective. Welcome, Mandy.
Hi, Diego. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's start by discussing the importance of fashion trends in the way young people dress. What are your thoughts, Mandy?
Certainly, Diego, fashion trends play a crucial role in young people's self-expression. Through fashion, they can showcase their personality and affiliation with different groups.
Interesting. And speaking of influences, do you believe that the media has a strong impact on how young people choose and create their outfits?
Absolutely, Diego. The media from social platform to celebrities has a profound effect on young people's fashion choices. They often seek to replicate styles they see online and in magazines.
What about dressing to impress versus dressing comfortably? How do young people balance these two aspects?
Oh, yes, it's a delicate balance, Diego. Young people aim to stand out with their style, but they also value comfort. They offer clothing that allows them to feel good about themselves while looking stylish.
Thank you for your insightful comments, Mandy. Now, from your experience, what advice would you give to young individuals navigating to world of fashion trends?
My pleasure, Diego. I tell young people to embrace trends that resonate with their personality without sacrificing comfort. Fashion is an art form. Enjoying and showcase your true self.
Excellent advice. And before we wind up, Mandy, you mentioned it sustainably and in fashion. How do you see young people embracing more eco-friendly options?
I see a growing awareness. Diego, young people are choosing sustainable brands and seeking ways to reduce their environmental impact through fashion. It's an exciting step toward a greener future.
Thank you, Mandy, for sharing your insights. This concludes our episode of Youth Culture Chronics Style Snapshots. To learn more, please visit www.stylesnapshots.com. Until next time.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you, Diego. It's been a pleasure. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you, guys. Very good. All right. You were missing the sponsor for this episode. As in podcast, they say today's sponsor is blah blah blah. All right, very good, guys. It was overall good. Is some pronunciation things like discussing or thoughts. We don't say toots like thoughts or insightful, but these words are a bit more difficult, so I understand. Also, the pleasure, profound, awareness, step. We don't say sip, but step. All right, but that was the only thing I noticed. Now, let's start with the questions, individual questions. All right, let's start with Mendy. So the first question for you is, do you think that English should be taught from early age? So since the kids are very little, should English be taught from this stage? Why or why not?
Yes, teacher, of course, of course. For me, it's important that um, the childhood have a learning of English in their early age ages because it's more easy to learn when you are a child or you are a girl or a boy. You have more capacity to learn, teacher. When you are old or you have maybe 40 years, it's more difficult, teacher. It's important in another cultures, for example, in Europe, the people learn two, three, or four languages
At the same time.
at the same time. Yes, teacher, at the same time.
Yes, I agree. All right, very good. The second question, Mandy, is tell me, do you think people should go from high school to university directly or working? Or do you think they should do something else before entering university after high school?
Teacher, excuse me, the connection
Okay.
was cutting off.
Okay, so the question is, should people go directly from school to university or they should do something different?
Teacher, I think we have designed a model of education where you need step by step to learn the necessary to become a professional in the future. For example, you need to have the school learning, the school school education, preschool, school, primary school, a degree, a master degree. Is a step by step to I have a word for this to become a professional teacher, to become a professional.
Okay, so the question is, should students go from high school to university directly or wait and do something else before entering university? This is my question.
For me, the high school to university is great, is good design teacher. Maybe I think is good.
Okay, good. All right, thank you, Mandy. Now, Diego.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, the question is, um, tell me what is commonly believed in Colombia about education? What do people think about education in general? What is believed about education in Colombia?
Mm, It depends of the social environment because there are many towns or cities where the education is really bad, and on the other hand, there are too many places where the education it's good, but in general, the education in Colombia should be improved in the next years because the students are not learning the things that they need to the adult life.
All right, thank you. I understand. Okay, and can you tell me about a person that you look up to?
What is look up to?
Oh, okay, that's the question that you admire. This is a person that you admire, that you look up to.
Okay, I admire or I look up to two people. The first is Tesla, the scientific,
Yeah. I understand.
and Dross,
Okay.
the
The
YouTuber.
YouTuber?
Yes, because I love his his books and his job in general. And personally, I love do videos in YouTube, and I see the videos for Dross, from Dross,
Okay.
by Dross.
Okay. So what is it? The videos for Dross
By
or by Dross?
Dross.
Okay. That's okay. All right. Thank you, guys. So that is overall very good. Well done. I will see you next week in our class for level B2.4. Okay. Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
teacher.
Good night.
Teacher, no te vayas.
Why? Tell me.
Teacher, de verdad que perdimos a
Ah, sí.
Beatriz.
Xiomara.
Xiomara, maybe, yes. Xiomara, she told me she is starting university and the schedule is 6 p.m. I don't know, so if she starts classes at that time, she cannot continue.
Mm, sí, ella
Let's
sí me ha
see.
dicho alguna vez que estaba en las unidades. De hecho, ya
Mhm.
está estudiando lo que yo estudié.
Okay. Yes, we lost 3 students this cycle. That is very
¿Quién,
sad.
quién es el tercero?
Joan,
Estamos a dos
Ah,
nomás.
Joan,
Joan
Beatriz,
ya casi no asistió.
and
sí,
Xiomara. Yes, Beatriz is for work. I think she had a lot of things at work.
sí, ella estaba colgada de
Mhm.
trabajo desde el día 1.
Yes.
Teacher,
So,
yo también, pero yo no sé cómo hago. Ahí con los jefes y con los audífonos, ahí estoy en clase.
okay, yes, we have it by the lake. Lo tenemos de una patica. Ya nos falta muy poquito.
Ahí sí,
Entonces, ya
toca
este
hacer el
punto
reencuentro
no.
al final.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
That's
Yes.
all. Have a good night. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Bye,
Diego.
teacher. Bye, Mandy. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Hello,
All
teacher.
right. Hello, girls.
Okay, I'm going
Hi,
to
teacher.
Hello. All right.
change the
Please turn on your cameras. All right. You can start whenever you are ready.
Okay. Welcome, fashion
Can you,
Wait,
enthusiasts.
wait. Yeah, Natalia.
sorry, can you hear me?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, good. Sorry. Okay,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Welcome,
Yes.
fashion enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of A Bit About Fashion. Hello, everyone. Today's episode is all about fashion trends and young people. We have a fantastic guest with you today, Natalia Esper, who was spent years studying the fashion dynamics and youth culture. Welcome, Natalia.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here to discuss this controversial topic.
That's fantastic. We would like to talk about the role of media in the fashion trends. Does the media have a strong influence in the way they select and create their outfits?
Absolutely. Media, especially social media platforms, has revolutionized how fashion trends go viral. Celebrities, influencers, and fashion icons can influence their style preference. However, young people often remix this influence to create their unique looks and find out their own identity.
That's a great point. Now, when it comes to the scene, young, do you do young people prioritize impressing in others or feeling comfortable in their outfits?
Young people's motivation for dressing depends of the occasion. Some dress to impress and seeking validation and attention, while others prioritize comfort and personal expressions.
It's clear that fashion plays a multifaceted role in the life of young people. Before we wrap up, any quick tips for our listeners on staying fashion forward while styling through themselves?
Absolutely. Keep an eye on trends, but never pressure to follow them. And always consider what matches with your personality and lifestyle, and don't be afraid to experiment. And one important is remember that confidence is the best accessory that you can wear.
That's a fantastic note to end on. Thank you so much, Natalia, for sharing your point with us today.
And thank you, my pleasure. Thank you for having me on a bit about fashion.
And thank you to you, our listeners, for joining us on this journey into the world of fashion or youth culture.
All right. Very good. Thank you, girls. Well done. All right. Now let's start with the questions. Let's start with the individual questions. So first will be Jessica. So Jessica, tell me, do you get stressed out easily? And what do you do to calm down when you get stressed?
I stress me that people have bad habits or tell lies.
What do you do to calm down when you get stressed?
Okay, I paint or cooking any cookies or my lunch. For me or for my family or for me every time.
Okay, good. All right, another question. Tell me, what are some advantages and disadvantages of public and private schools? Okay.
Okay, advantages of a public school is that you can you don't pay, you don't
it's free, yes.
Yes, it's free, and also the governation, the do free campaments and walks, and also in the private school is more different that if you want a walk with the students, you must pay, you can spend a lot of money and cost all.
Okay. So that is disadvantage for private schools. What is a disadvantage of public schools?
Disadvantage in a public school is probably maybe a security, because other people can go can welcome to a school if any problem.
Okay, and now an advantage, so good thing about private school.
Okay, probably well, people say that the education in a private school is better, but I don't know. But
okay, maybe the classes are better.
Yes,
more
and
advanced.
they have more instruments, more
Okay. All right.
Martin for presentation.
All right. Very good. Thank you. All right. And now for Natalia. The first question, Natalia, is can you tell me about something that you wish you could afford now, but that you can't? Something that you wish you could afford now, but that you cannot.
Something that I will
You wish you could
wish
afford. Mhm.
I wish could afford is come back to studies.
Mhm.
Maybe I would like to start to make my magister, but in this moment I couldn't. I can this moment
Mhm.
do it because I am studying English and also I am saving money to
Mhm.
pay the next year.
Mhm. All right. I understand. Okay, another question. Can you tell me about some good manners and bad manners that people have in Colombia?
Good manners, people, the majority of people always smile and always have a good attitude with the others, always, you say, sorry,
Okay.
always great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, And the bad manners, example, some people throw basura, throw trash on the streets and didn't respect the highlights,
The traffic lights.
the traffic lights, don't follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, for example, drink alcoholic drinks
Mm-hmm.
in the public space.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right, that's enough. Thank you. So that's our time. We got 10 minutes. All right. Thank you, girls. Well done. I will see you next week, okay, for our level B2.4.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye, girls. Good night.
Good night.
Bye. All right. Hello, boys.
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Anything
hello. Good evening.
Good
Okay.
evening.
Ready?
Ready.
Mhm. You can start whenever you feel ready.
Okay, teacher. Okay. Welcome to the first episode of our new podcast, Fashionably Young. I'm your host, Jorge, and with me today is fashion expert Santiago Fonseca. Santiago, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, George. I'm happy to catch about the influence of fashion trends on young people.
That's great. Does the media have a strong influence over how young people select outfits and create looks?
Absolutely, the media has a huge influence. Young people are exposed to imagery through ads, movies, and TV shows and social media that communicates how they should dress.
That's so true. Do you think the motivation teen becomes dressing to impress others rather than dressing for comfort?
For many young people, yes, there's definitely pressure to dress to impress them, especially peers. And they want to be accepted and to be considered attractive or cool. But comfort is also important.
Fashion trends seem to evolve so quickly these days. Do you think young people are losing their authenticity, and are they leaving back their comfort for following a trend?
Great question. But I honestly don't think it's that so. Because the comfort is relative according to each person. I found that teens and young adults are very delighted to the latest trends. Social media exposes them to new styles rapidly and fitting at this age is very important. By the time that makes them comfortable. However, when we talk about authenticity, it's another history.
I totally agree. When I was younger, I feel like I had to have the cool clothes or risk being left out. On the other hand, do you think following trends so closely takes away young people's individuality in how they dress?
It can, if they just blindly follow whatever influence works. But I think many young people take mainstream trends and make them their own. For example, they may add unique accessories or customizing unique pieces.
That's an excellent point. Creativity and personal style can shine through even when incorporating popular looks. To conclude, Santiago, where can our listeners go to keep up with the latest youth fashion trends?
Of course, and well, I'm constantly posting trend reports on my website, www.santiagofashion.com.
Awesome. What advice would you give young people trying to figure out their own personal style?
I would advise them to look within themselves first. What pieces make them feel comfortable and make them feel like themselves. Build from there. And get inspirations from trends or influencers you truly love, not just what is popular actually and currently. Sorry.
That's all for this episode. Thanks so much, Santiago. See you in another occasion.
Thank you, George.
All right, guys, very good. Well done. All right, now let's move to the questions individually. Let's
Okay.
start with Jorge, the first question. Um, okay, the first question is, can you tell me about some people that you look up to and why? People that you look up to.
Uh, I have bad connection, teacher.
Okay, let's repeat. Can you tell me about some people that you look up to and why? Why do you look up to them or admire them?
Honestly, I don't remember the meaning of look up.
Okay, it's the same as admire. You respect, you
Okay,
aspire to be similar to them.
okay, teacher.
Mhm.
Um, there are so many peoples that I admire. Honestly, the person that I most admire is Elon Musk because he built an empire of uh, less money than other person. How it's he can do a lot of different things. He is an entrepreneur and he is waiting to improve the travels for the other planets
Mhm.
like Mars.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Another question is, what are the advantages of learning a second language? Can you
I
mention
think
at least two?
I think there is a lot of advantage, but the most important is that you can understand that other person says. You can talk with person in other parts of the world. You can learn a lot of information. You can download papers, books,
Mhm.
and you can improve your abilities. There is a lot of advantage in these days.
Very good. Okay, thank you. Now for Santiago. The first question, Santiago, is do you think that people should go directly from high school to university? So straight to university? Or do you think that they should do something different?
Well, teacher, I will take my personal experience as example, and honestly, I wouldn't do it again, because I did exactly that. Once I finish my high school, I go to university. I wish have start a course of English and um, improve my English skills to get a better job at this time, and be able to pay my university, because it was very difficult for me pay my university, my studies. So I wouldn't do it, and I recommend to any other people and study or make something that give them opportunity or the possibility of earn money, a good established money to financial their studies.
Okay, good. Thank you. And another question is, okay, can you tell me about some advantages and disadvantages of public and private schools in Colombia? So both advantage, disadvantage for both public and private schools.
In Colombia, the first disadvantage of public school and the stops or the
Okay.
bad stops.
Okay. We say strikes.
It's strikes. Especially, well, I tried to get a place in the WIS, and honestly, currently, I am happy that I wouldn't, because, well, they have many strikes. I have friends which start their careers as me at the same time as me, and I finished my studies already, and they don't. They are 2 semesters before me.
Okay.
And well, that's the first one, disadvantage of public studies, and advantage maybe the benefits that the governments give to the students as jóvenes en acción, and well, now
It's free.
it's free, exactly. And on another disadvantage, we have to be honest, the level of the level of quality in the education in public institutions are not, well, the same, for sake of anyway, than in a private institution. A part of that, the private institutions give many more opportunities because, well, these are private institutions, have more contacts, and to state their names high, they try to make connections in with foreign companies and try to send the students to that companies. A disadvantage of the a disadvantage. Well, I don't see it as a disadvantage. It's like the price that you have to pay is the cost.
Literally the price. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, it's very high. All right. Okay, thank you guys. So that is all the time we have for today. Thank you. Have a good night, and I will see you next week. All right.
See you, teacher. Thank you.
Bye bye, guys. See
Thank
you.
teacher.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Impact who
Hello.
be parasite fashion.
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Hello,
teacher.
guys. We're going to finish early today. I hope that you are ready.
Teacher, it was a little unexpected.
Unexpected?
Yes, we were expecting you maybe in 5 or 7 minutes.
I already finished with all the other groups. I was calculating time as I did before, but now I have one less group, so I finished early. Okay, so
Okay.
I can give you another minute. Don't worry. Okay. I will just stay here if you want to practice for 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we start. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. ¿Continúas o...?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there is no doubt that the media in all its form plays a significant role in shaping fashion
Shaping.
trends,
Shaping.
shaping fashion trends and influence individual choice. From magazine to social media platform, everything social media impact how we perceive fashion.
Sí, está bien. Interesting, Vanessa. Could you give us an example of how the media could influence fashion? Sure, it is true.
Yes, sure. Sure. One moment. Yes. Sure. Let us start with the concept of aspirational dressing. People often look to the media figures, celebrities, or influencers for inspiration. Seeing famous people wearing certain style or brand creates a
Creates.
desire to create.
That's yep.
Thank you. Create a desire to emulate those look. Magazines, fashion blogs, and especially social media platforms are full of images of their aspirational figures.
Of course, and the industry takes advantage of it by using these figures to promote their product, such as clothes, watches, perfumes, technological devices, etc.
Absolutely. It is a cycle that feeds itself.
Sure. Continuing with the topic, I'm curious about the reasons why people dress in one or other way these days. Do young people pay attention to special clothes because they dress to impress, or do they dress to feel comfortable?
It's a question that I haven't been asked. It's very interesting. Your attitude toward clothing span a spectrum of motivation. For some, dressing to spring has meaning, with the aim of attracting attention and projecting a certain image. Others, on the contrary, prioritize comfort, opting for garments that facilitate freedom of moving relaxed attitude.
You couldn't say it more clear. I remember when I was a kid, that we had strict rules to dress at school, but not only at school. Also, our parents didn't let us to have certain kind of haircut or styles for women just because that was the done thing at that time. Do you think there is a specific or more accepted way to dress in these times?
It is a tricky question. Some people might not agree with me, but in my perspective and according to the way it's in the fashion around the world, modern fashion encourage diversity and self-expression. There is not a specific or universally accept way to dress, allowing for a wide range of style and identities.
Sí, creo que ahí es universally accepted, y ya, sí, creo que era accepted. Sí.
¿Cuál?
Okay, wow, interesting. Everything we have learned in these few minutes with you, Vanessa. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge.
It is a pleasure.
For all our podcasters, if you want a further discussion about this topic and more, please follow our blog and join to our Trend Talks community. We are more than 20,000 now and growing. Thanks for listening and see you next.
Okay.
Okay, teacher, I think
All right.
that's
That's good.
enough.
Okay. All right, let's put the time. Vanessa, can you turn on your camera?
Eh, One moment, teacher.
Mhm.
One moment. One moment.
Mhm. Very good.
Okay.
All right, you can start.
Okay.
Ready, Vanessa?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Trend Talks, the podcast where we dive deep into short but not less important current topics. And I am very excited to have a renowned fashion expert Vanessa with us today. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you, Manuel, for your invitation. It is a pleasure to be here and discussing the exciting intersection of fashion and the younger generation.
Absolutely, Vanessa. So let's start by talking about the ever-evolving landscape of fashion trends. Do you think the media have a strong influence in the way they select and create their outfits?
Well, there is no doubt that the media, in all its form, plays a significant role in shaping fashion trends and influence individual choice. From magazine to social media platform, everything in social media impact how we perceive fashion.
Eh, Se desconectó Manuel.
Ay.
Creo que se le cayó la llamada. Mm. Okay. Manuel?
Teacher, I think
Okay.
it was my internet.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Interesting, Vanessa. Could you give us an example of how the media could influence fashion?
Um, Sure. Let us start with the concept of aspirational dressing. People often look to the media figures, celebrities, or influence for inspiration. Seeing fam- famous people wearing certain style or brand creates or a desire to emulate the look. Magazine, fashion blog, and especially social media platforms are full of images of these aspiration figures.
Of course. And the industry takes advantage of it by using these figures to promote their product, such as clothes, watches, perfumes, technological devices, etc.
Absolutely, it is a cycle and that feel itself.
Sure. Continue with the topic. I am curious about the reasons why people dress in one or other way these days. Do young people pay attention to special clothes because they dress to impress, or do they dress to feel comfortable?
It is a question that I haven't been asked. It is very interesting. Your attitudes toward clothing span a spectrum of motivation. For some, dressing to impress has meaning with the eye or attention and projecting a certain image. Others, on the contrary, priority comfort, opting for garments that facilitate freedom of movement and relaxed attitude.
You couldn't say it more clear. I remember when I was a kid that we had strict rules to dress at school, but not only at school, also our parents didn't let us to have a certain kind of haircut or styles for women, and just because that was the dumb thing at that time. Do you think there is a specific or more accepted way to dress in these times?
It is a tricky question. Some people might not agree with me, but my perspective, and according to the way I see the fashion of the world, modern fashion encourage diversity and self-expression. There is no specific or universally accept way to dress, allowing for a wide range of style and identities.
Wow, interesting. Everything we have learned in these few minutes with you, Vanessa. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge.
It is a pleasure.
Okay, for all our podcasters, if you want a further discussion about this topic and more, please follow our blog and join our Trend Talks community. We are more than 20,000 and growing. Thanks for listening and see you next.
All right, very good. Excellent. Thank you, guys. All right, now let's finish up with the questions individually, all right? Let's start with Vanessa. So the first question for you is, do you think that English should be taught from an early age to little kids? Why or why not?
I think the English is more early when I was children. It's a girl. Sorry, it's a girl because because I think the children then learn is more flat, más rápido,
fast.
Also, I think when children listening English is your brain, cerebro, your brain, for your brain is more natural, the language.
Okay, good. Okay. Another question is, okay, can you tell me about some good manners and bad manners that people in Colombia have? Good and bad manners.
I think in Colombia, people, the good manner in people, I think is the respect with the other people. When the people need help, more person More person como están ahí, no sé. I know.
Okay, now for bad manners, yes.
I think in Colombia, the most bad manner is not is disregard the social norms. For example, in the transport or in the corruption with the politics. Or maybe the people using inappropriate language with other people. I think.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Vanessa. That is all. Okay, now for Manuel. Your first question is, okay, what would you do or how would you feel if you were rejected from a place like a restaurant, hotel, because of the way that you were dressed? Okay, how would you feel? How would you react?
Okay, how I feel? I would feel like really bad, maybe really ashamed at the beginning. And how like I will react like very calm, but the second I will say like everything I have in my skill people who touch me
Sorry.
like calm,
Sorry. Manuel, can you turn off your camera? Maybe it will help your connection. And because I cannot understand very well.
Teacher, if I log in from my computer, but you can see my camera from my
That's okay, no problem. Okay. All right. Okay, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. You have both microphones off. Okay.
Now, can you hear me, teacher?
Yes. It's better. So, can you repeat your answer? Sorry. So, how I understood how would you feel, but now how would you react to this situation?
Okay, teacher, I will react like very calm down. But I will tell the person who is telling me that maybe everything I have in my mind. So I will tell him that, or tell him or her that this is not the way of treating a person, and something like they should like be clear about the politics they have in their restaurant or their place, and then I will leave.
Right. Very good. Okay. Okay. I have a question that I considered was difficult, so I think you can answer it. So this is the only question that I didn't ask all other students, but only you. Okay. So this question is, so to what degree do you think the idea of good manners is used to control women or women's behavior?
Oh, so big question, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, good manners. Well, I think the idea of good manners can be used, or it's used maybe here in Colombia, for example, for controlling the way women dress. For example, if women goes to maybe a party, or maybe not a party, maybe a marriage with a short skirt, that could be taken like a bad manner. And so telling that you cannot go to my marriage with that dress can be a way of controlling how she behaves, or how she wants to express their how she feels with her clothes.
All right, very good. All right, excellent. Thank you. So that's the end of the speaking part. Thank you guys. Good job. And I will see you next week. All right, on Tuesday we will start the next cycle.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Bye bye,
Thank you,
guys.
teacher.
Bye bye. Bye, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Hi, Manuel.